Well, all right, Brian, let's turn to some unambiguously good news on the COVID 19 front. So on Tuesday, Regeneron, the ticker there is REGN, Regeneron announced overwhelmingly positive results from a late stage study of its antibody cocktail, RegenCov, REGN-COV, in treating infected patients with COVID who were not in the hospital. So the biotech said that its therapy reduced hospitalization or death by 70%, and it shortened the duration of symptoms by around 4 days. Brian, we talk a lot about COVID vaccines, but how important do you think Regeneron's antibody therapy could potentially be in fighting COVID-19?
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree. This is solid news. Many people are going to not get vaccinated, and some of those people are going to come down with COVID. Realistically, even some people who do get vaccinated are going to come down with COVID. The problem with the data, as I see it, is that they were testing in high-risk, non-hospitalized COVID-19 patients. So that means if Regeneron to get a sale, they need the doctor to recognize that the patient is high risk. I mean, some of those are going to be obvious, but others might be less obvious, and doctors are going to be hemming and hawing over whether they should be giving the treatment. And then the other issue is that the patients need to seek out treatment before they're sick enough that they end up in the hospital. And then as COVID fades, people are going to, be less likely to be thinking about COVID and maybe be thinking it's the flu. And so they may wait to seek treatment until it's too late because they just figure, oh, I'm feeling down. They don't really have COVID on their mind because COVID is, not a major issue anymore. And so, maybe I have the flu. And then by the time that they actually develop enough symptoms to have COVID, now they're in the hospital and now they're not eligible for this antibody treatment.
Yeah, Brian, do you think Regeneron has a bigger market opportunity with this therapy than, say, Gilead Sciences does with remdesivir going forward?
I don't know. It's really hard to know because I don't think that we know where the levels are going to be. But I almost feel like that you might end up with more people, a higher percentage of the COVID-19 cases end up in the hospital than there were before, just because a lot of the people are going to get vaccinated, and then and I think that the people who would the people who would theoretically take this antibody are probably just not going to seek treatment early enough, I think is the issue. So I almost think remdesivir might have a better opportunity here than the antibody cocktails that have to be used before you are sick enough that they don't help you anymore.